Hi guys, it's Nicole Jones from the British Show Jumper, and I'm going to talk to you today about sort of 3 strength training exercises that you can do to try and tone up your arms. So a lot of people get really embarrassed about their arms, particularly for me. When I was sort of 16, 17, I had really big arms because I was a rider, but they weren't necessarily really toned. They kind of big and muscly, but they weren't toned. So I'm going to show you a few exercises to help them tone them up. So if you're starting to move into later life and you're getting your bingo rings, this should help those. And if you're in younger life and you just want to look a little bit more toned, then it should help with those. So first of all, we need to think about what muscles are around that area. So we've got the rotator cuff that stabilise the joint within the glenohumeral joint, so that's between the humerus, which is this bone here, and then there's the scapula, which is the shoulder blade, and it fits in nicely like that. So the rotator cuff are your 4 stability muscles. We need to make sure that we're working those. Those are the ones when you see riders sort of in that position there. We've got to try and strengthen the muscles at the back to pull our shoulders into a good position, to open up our shoulders so we don't get too fixed within our reins. And for the actual strength and conditioning, what we want to be doing is thinking about biceps. That's your big muscle in your arm that bends the arm, and you've got your triceps, which are at the back. So the triceps are the ones that often people want to have a little bit more definition in. Sometimes we can get some fatty tissue in those areas. So remember that fat sits on top of the muscle. So if ultimately you want to be toned, we have to look at burning fat. Luckily, strength training is really good to do that. And get creative, guys. Like you've got poles that you can use. So I had all my equipment out. You've got poles that you can use, you've got you know, show jumps that you can use. So I quite often use like this plastic one here, so you can use something like that, and you could just do some lifting with it, or you could come in this position here, so you're lifting like so. Make sure that your back doesn't arch too much. You want to make sure you've got your core stability system switched on, so pulling in with your tummy and then just coming up into that position. And what that's going to do is that's going to help strengthen your biceps. If you're trying to, so that's whenever you're bending your elbow, that's strengthening your bicep. Make sure that your shoulder in a good position. If you do like this, that's going to cause your pecs muscles at the front to get really tight, and the muscles at the back to get weak, and we don't want that, because we don't want you in that position when you're riding. So think about opening up your shoulders as you're lifting. You can do it with a pole as well, just pole in your hands, just bending up and back. In terms of the tricep, what you can do is you can find something to lean on, and then I'll show you what to do with without anything in your hand. First of all, let me move away a bit. So you're going to get the tricep, we want to extend like so. So you can do it with no weight at all to see how you respond. But I would probably use something, you can start with very lightweight till you know how you're going to respond. So something like a brush, a dandy brush or something like that. Or you could get, I often use like a pooper scoop with some poo in it, so it's a bit more heavy, and then I'll straighten it like that, and that will get those muscles at the back. You can also look at doing things where you're taking your arms out to the side, so you may take them out like so thumbs on top, and just taking out to the side. Again, you might want to choose to have a little bit of weight in those, but when you're first starting off strength and conditioning, you can do in front as well. That gets your anterior deltoid, so the muscle at the front. And when you're starting off, what you want to be doing is starting very gently, because then you're going to reduce your risk of injury. So as a general rule, we say to try and increase by 10% each week, and that will build up and allow you time for recovery. So don't go and do like 3 days absolutely mental. Do like 1 day, have a little rest day, another day, have a rest day. So you're building it up all nice and gradually. So those are kind of the top 3 muscle groups and strength training exercises that I would do. So I'll just recap those for you. So we talked about doing bicep by holding the jump up like so. You can do it holding a pole in that way as well. You've got tricep, where you're going to lean down on something like this, and you're going to straighten your arm like so. I mean, if you don't want to use the equipment, you can just buy a couple of little weights, you know, 1 kilogram to 3 kilogram weights, so you can work through those. There's lots of things around. You've got to be creative. You've got to be looking and saying, what can I use? And so there's loads and loads of different things that you can, but you want to be making sure that you've got something about at least 1 kilogram, so make sure that you're working hard enough. And so the final exercise, we've got bicep, we've got tricep, and the final exercises were just to have a little look at trying to do sort of deltoid as well, so out to the side, and then anterior deltoid means the deltoid at the front is coming up in that direction. Hope that's been helpful, guys. I'll see you soon. If you want more exercises that you can do in and around the yard, we do have the British Show Jumper Pro, which gives you a 12-week program to look at your mindset, your nutrition, your gym exercises if you like the gym, your yard exercises. It is a massive program, and you get so much content. It's absolutely brilliant, but I'd urge you to do that. But make sure, we don't want anyone on there unless they're going to fully commit. Like, you have to choose to go. This will only work if you choose to go. You have to make that decision. Only you can do that. So what's holding you back? Is it a false belief? Is it that you feel like you don't have time? Because I can show you how to put that time in. It goes through all of the goals, gives you weekly goals, daily goals, monthly goals, and then the 3 months goals, and it just breaks everything down so simply. Like, anyone can follow this, and like I said, there's nothing special about me. Like, I'm actually really disorganized, if you ask. I mean, I've got 4 physiotherapy practices, and people are like, how do you even survive? Because in some respects you're so disorganized. So if you feel like you need a bit of structure and you need a bit of guidance, then definitely let me know, Nicole at the Physio Crew, or you can sort of send a message on Facebook as well. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.